can't define these. Now the mayor's gonna call me. Everybody's gonna call me and say, you wildin' out, Joe. Why you got the trunk? Look, mayor's the first one. Joe, I'm a sneaker collector.
Let's dive into the heart of the matter of today's video. Liberal media triggered by rapper Fat Joe for owning Trump sneakers. I ain't here to dwell on the past, and I ain't trying to belabor the obvious. But let me shed light on a glaring issue. The media incessantly criticized anyone associated with Donald Trump. Take these sneakers, for instance. The media went on and on about how they aren't appealing to black folks, as if they truly grasp what resonates with the black community. It's like they believe black people are hanging on their every word, eagerly watching whatever the news dictates.
His opponents crazy, because even the sneaker thing, I was on social media last night. Very interesting, as you see black support eroding from Joe Biden. This is connecting with black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city.
That, and I think it presents a problem for the Trump campaign, because what you've seen over the past, I would say, since the beginning of this presidential cycle, is Trump hasn't done much to expand his base, right? How do I get more voters in? How do I make up the 7 million voter gap that I lost to in 2020? And if he's not expanding his base, and there's more and more Republicans saying, 59% of Nikki Haley voters saying, hey, I'll not vote for this guy if he's on the general election ballot, this presents a problem for him. And while he might create the best new sneaker and thinks that's going to appease the African-American voters, the truth of the matter is, in rhetoric and in policy, he's failing when it comes to expanding the voter base.
After the limited edition $400 T is for Treason sneakers sold out, a Fox commentator named Brandon Arroyo boasted about how they were a great way to attract the blacks. Is that completely and cluelessly racist? Why, yes, it is. But this self-proclaimed expert on black voters, based entirely on stereotypes he likely gleaned from old rap videos he binged on BET After Dark.
Are they really this cynical over there at Fox?
Yeah, and this same guy, about a year ago when Trump's mugshot came out, said that black people can, quote, relate to Donald Trump now, and that it was actually going to increase his black support because he had, quote, street cred. This is the same guy.
Yeah.
So in some way, this is not just a one-off. This is part of a pattern from him and Fox News more broadly.
Let's take a moment to contextualize the significance of Fat Joe, an eminent figure in the illustrious history of hip-hop. Widely acclaimed as a platinum artist with a repertoire of platinum songs, Fat Joe's influence is so pervasive that there is scarcely a person of African descent today who remains unfamiliar with his name and legacy. Now envision the scenario where Fat Joe finds himself holding a sneaker in his hands, not just any sneaker, but one bearing the emblem of Donald Trump. This juxtaposition brings to light the conspicuous presence of this controversial figure on Fox News and how his words resonate within the black community. It becomes imperative to emphasize the attention garnered by Fat Joe's actions, particularly when he aligns himself with a symbol as polarizing as the Donald Trump sneaker. This occurrence not only underscores the prominence of the conservative narrative on Fox News, but also challenges prevailing media narratives that erroneously suggest black individuals lack an affinity for sneakers, especially those deemed unattractive. In essence, Fat Joe's endorsement of the Trump sneaker serves as a compelling refutation of the flawed media narrative that attempts to marginalize the fashion preferences of the black community. Allow me to elucidate further on the profound impact of this moment by delving into the societal perceptions surrounding sneakers within the black community. Contrary to misguided portrayals in the media, Fat Joe's choice to embrace the Donald Trump sneaker serves as a potent counterargument. It attests to the fact that the black community not only appreciates sneakers, but also rejects any attempt to label certain styles as unappealing. By featuring this conspicuous endorsement, Fat Joe inadvertently becomes a symbol of defiance against prevailing misconceptions about the fashion sensibilities of black individuals. Now, let us dissect the inherent contradiction in the logic employed by Fat Joe on this very topic. Through a careful analysis of his statements and actions, it becomes evident that he not only challenges prevailing stereotypes about black individuals and their relationship with sneakers, but also exposes a certain paradox. In essence, he becomes a commentator on the commentary, highlighting the flawed narratives perpetuated by media outlets that attempt to downplay the significance of sneakers within the black cultural landscape. In order to drive home the significance of this moment, it is essential to witness it firsthand. Let us roll the clip and delve into the nuanced layers of meaning embedded in Fat Joe's decision to wield a Donald Trump sneaker. Through this visual exploration, we can discern the subtle complexities and contradictions that arise, challenging both the viewer's preconceived notions and the prevailing media discourse surrounding black individuals and their choices in fashion.
I had to find these. Now the mayor's gonna call me. Everybody's gonna call me and say, you wildin' out, Joe. Why you got the trunk? Look, mayor's the first one. Joe, I'm a sneaker collector. I don't know what none of these guys did. I collect sneakers. The rarer, the better. No, I didn't pay for these sneakers. Sorry. I didn't pay for these sneakers. They knew I had to have them because I'm the biggest in the game. So what I do is collect.
Here we have an individual who explicitly declares their lack of support for Donald Trump, adamantly asserting that they will not cast their vote in favor of the former president. However, intriguingly, they find themselves in possession of sneakers bearing the Trump insignia. Now let's dissect this intriguing scenario, for it unveils a narrative that challenges the prevailing media narrative regarding the sentiments of the black community. In this fascinating tableau, the notion is presented that one doesn't necessarily have to harbor a fondness for Donald Trump to partake in the acquisition and preservation of his sneakers. This peculiar behavior sheds light on a broader reality. The media's purported understanding of the preferences of black individuals is unequivocally flawed. The prevailing assumption that black people uniformly disdain Trump is debunked by the simple act of acquiring his sneakers. Consider this. Black individuals may not be ardent supporters of the man, yet they exhibit an undeniable proclivity for collecting sneakers associated with him. This paradox raises questions about the media's sweeping generalizations regarding the political inclinations and consumer behaviors within the black community. Imagine, if you will, a scenario where Donald Trump extends an olive branch, asserting that black people are not only receptive to his appeal, but are fervent enthusiasts of his merchandise, as exemplified by their keen interest in his sneakers. Could this unexpected avenue of connection facilitated by footwear no less serve as a potential catalyst for a shift in political affinities? It's an intriguing proposition, and while the outcome remains uncertain, the symbolic power of a humble pair of sneakers cannot be underestimated. What becomes unequivocally apparent in this discourse is the profound misjudgment perpetrated by the media. Contrary to their assertions, black individuals, it seems, are avid collectors of sneakers. The idea that they lack enthusiasm for such commodities is unequivocally debunked by the sheer prevalence of Trump-branded footwear in their possession. Delving further into this narrative, one cannot help but acknowledge the significant role sneakers play in the black community. The phenomenon transcends mere consumerism. It delves into the realm of cultural significance. It is underscored by the gravity of a stark reality: black individuals have been known to engage in acts of violence and theft over coveted sneakers, particularly those bearing the iconic Michael Jordan insignia. The gravity of this situation cannot be overstated, as incidents of violence, robbery, and even loss of life have been directly linked to the acquisition of Michael Jordan shoes. This stark reality underscores the profound impact and cultural importance of sneakers within black neighborhoods. The sheer peril of donning a fresh pair of Jordans in such localities is a testament to the reverence and, at times, the perilous nature of sneaker culture within these communities. In conclusion, let this be a clarion call to reassess preconceived notions. The narrative spun by the media is not only flawed, but has been definitively debunked by the tangible evidence of black individuals actively engaging in the collection and, at times, the perilous pursuit of sneakers associated with figures like Donald Trump. It's a multifaceted tale that transcends politics, revealing the intricate dance between consumerism, cultural significance, and the unexpected bridges that footwear can forge in the complex tapestry of our society. Remember, the conversation doesn't end here, perfectionists. It continues with each like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed. Until next time, this is American Perfectionist signing off.